Elysium, a land of breathtaking beauty, waterfalls cascaded down mountains, crystal-clear rivers flowed through emerald valleys. The air buzzed with the energy of magic, ancient trees whispered secrets to the wind. Elysium was a paradise, protected for centuries by a lineage of guardians. They were chosen warriors, gifted with extraordinary powers. Their duty was sacred, to safeguard Elysium from the forces of darkness. The guardians were more than protectors. They were beacons of hope, symbols of peace. Their power flowed from the very heart of Elysium. They were linked to the land by an ancient magic, a magic that pulsed through their veins. For generations, the guardians had kept Elysium safe. Their legend echoed through the ages. Elara was different, the last of her kind. Young and strong, she carried the weight of Elysium on her shoulders. Her eyes, the color of jade, reflected the land's vitality, but they also held a deep sadness. The burden of prophecy weighed heavily on her. Elara trained relentlessly, honing her skills. She could summon the spirits of nature, command the elements with a whisper. Yet, doubt gnawed at her. Was she ready to face the darkness that loomed? The prophecy haunted her. It spoke of a great evil, a malevolent force that would rise to consume Elysium. Elara was the last shield. The fate of her world rested on her young shoulders. The thought filled her with a chilling dread, but also a steely determination. The prophecy was more than just words. It was a feeling, a creeping dread that clung to Elara. It manifested in the rustle of leaves, the whispers of the wind, even in the silence of her dreams. The elders spoke of an ancient enemy, Malakar, the Shadow Lord. Banished long ago, his power was growing. He yearned to shroud Elysium in eternal darkness. Elara could feel his presence. Like a shadow, it stretched towards her beloved land. The prophecy spoke of a chosen warrior, the last guardian, destined to confront Malakar. Elara knew she was chosen, but chosen for victory or for sacrifice. The prophecy remained unclear. The weight of responsibility pressed down on her. The fate of Elysium rested on her shoulders. The air grew heavy. The scent of wildflowers turned bitter. A shiver ran down Elara's spine. She wasn't alone. The glade, once vibrant with life, now held its breath. The shadows themselves seemed to twist and writhe. A figure emerged from the darkness, tall and skeletal, wreathed in shadows. Malakar, his eyes glowing embers fixed on Elara. A cruel smile stretched across his face. "The last guardian," Malakar hissed, his voice a rasping whisper. So much power, wasted on one so young. Elara stood her ground. Fear threatened to consume her, but she fought back. She would not yield, not while Elysium needed her. Section 5. A Clash of Wills. The battle began not with a roar, but a whisper. Malakar lunged, his shadowy claws reaching for Elara. She dodged, summoning a shield of vines and earth. The glade became a whirlwind of light and darkness. Elara fought back with the fury of a storm. She called upon the spirits of nature, wolves with eyes of fire, hawks with razor-sharp talons. They swarmed around Malakar, tearing at the shadows that clung to him. Malakar laughed, a hollow, chilling sound. He unleashed a wave of pure darkness. The spirits of nature shrieked and dissipated. Elara felt a surge of despair. Was her power not enough? The prophecy echoed in her mind. Doubt gnawed at her resolve. But she couldn't give up, not yet. Section 6. The Guardian's Resolve. "You cannot win," Malakar boomed, his voice echoing through the glade. "Elysium will fall, and you with it." Elara's fear vanished, replaced by a fierce determination. She was the last guardian, the protector of Elysium. She would not falter. Drawing upon the very essence of the land, Elara felt a surge of power. It flowed through her, brighter than the sun, stronger than the mountains. The light spread outwards, banishing the shadows that clung to the glade. Malakar recoiled, hissing in pain. "Impossible," he rasped. "You are but one. I am darkness incarnate." Elara stood tall, her voice ringing with power. "I am the guardian of Elysium," she declared, "and I will not yield." Section 7. The Price of Power. The light intensified, engulfing Malakar in a blinding wave. He screamed, a sound filled with rage and agony. The shadows that made up his form writhed and dissipated like smoke on the wind. Elara watched as Malakar shrunk, his power fading with every passing moment. He was a shadow of his former self, defeated. But victory came at a price. Elara felt her own strength draining away, the life force of Elysium flowing out of her. She had poured everything into defeating Malakar, every ounce of her being. The prophecy had spoken of sacrifice. She now understood its true meaning. Section 8. A Glimmer of Hope. As darkness threatened to claim her, Alara felt a warmth spread through her. A gentle light enveloped her, chasing away the encroaching shadows. She opened her eyes to see the spirits of Elysium surrounding her. Their forms shimmered with a gentle luminescence. They were returning the energy she had sacrificed, healing her. The glade, once scarred by battle, began to bloom anew. Flowers sprouted, their petals painted in 1,000 hues. The air buzzed with the joyful songs of birds. Life was returning to Elysium, stronger than before. Alara had saved them all. Section 9. A New Dawn for Elysium. Alara emerged from the glade, bathed in the golden light of dawn. The threat of Malachar was gone. Elysium was safe. For now. She knew that darkness could rise again, but she also knew that Elysium was no longer alone. The spirits of the land were awake. They would stand beside her, protect their home. She looked out over the majestic landscape. Waterfalls cascaded down mountains, their water sparkling like diamonds. The forest pulsed with life, a symphony of color and sound. Elysium was reborn, and Alara, the last guardian, would ensure its survival. Section 10. Legacy of the Guardian. Word of Alara's victory spread through the land. From the whispering trees to the rushing rivers, her name was on everyone's lips. She was a symbol of hope, a testament to the enduring spirit of Elysium. But Alara knew that her work was far from over. She had to rebuild the ranks of the Guardians, train a new generation to protect their home. Alara shared her knowledge, her connection to the land. She taught them to listen to the whispers of the wind, to feel the pulse of magic in every living thing. The future of Elysium rested not on one guardian but on many, and Alara would ensure that her legacy lived on. Section 11. The Eternal Elysium. Generations passed, the memory of Malachar faded into legend. But the story of Alara, the last guardian, continued to inspire. Elysium flourished, a beacon of peace and prosperity in a world often shrouded in darkness. The Guardians, now a diverse order of skilled protectors, watched over the land, their bond to Elysium unbreakable. And so, the legacy of Alara lived on. The story of her courage, her sacrifice, and her unwavering love for Elysium served as a beacon of hope. Proof that even in the darkest of times, light will always find a way. Elysium, a testament to the power of hope, stood as a symbol of enduring beauty and resilience. A paradise forever protected.